Hey guys, it's Kiana, Certified Professional Biller, AAPC Approved Instructor, and Medical Billing Business Owner. And in today's video, I want to discuss patient responsibility. How do you calculate patient responsibility and estimate what the insurance is going to pay? So everything we discuss today is going to be all about in-network benefits. Okay, so let's get started. Number one, before you're able to calculate what patient and insurance reimbursement is going to be, you have to verify the patient's benefit. So you want to contact provider services and verify if the patient has a copayment. So a copayment is a set dollar amount the patient pays for a service. So for example, every time the patient sees their primary care doctor, they have a $10 copay. That's a set dollar amount. There are always exceptions to the rules, like maybe preventative services, such as an annual exam or annual physical. The copay may not apply, but in general, the copayment, again, is a set dollar amount the patient has to pay for a service. Next is coinsurance. So coinsurance is a percentage of the allowed amount the insurance and patient pays for a service. So the split can be, 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. I've seen 95-5. They're all different types of splits, but basically the insurance is responsible for a percentage of the allowed amount, and the patient is also responsible for a percentage of the allowed amount. Then we have deductible. So deductible is a set dollar amount the patient pays each year before the insurance starts to pay. And what's really important with the deductible is to keep in mind everyone's deductible does not reset on January 1st when it comes to medical billing. You want to verify when you're speaking with provider services and verifying the patient's specific benefit. You want to verify if their benefits are based on a calendar year, which starts January 1st, or a plan year, which will start any other day throughout the year. Okay, so it's really important to find out so that you know when their particular benefit is going to reset. So again, this is a set dollar amount. So for example, the patient has a $1,000 deductible that has to be met prior to the insurance company starting to pay. Okay, then we have out-of-pocket maximum. So the out-of-pocket maximum is the set dollar amount the patient pays before the insurance covers 100% of the allowed services for the remainder of their benefit year. Okay, so this is a set dollar amount. Let's say, for example, $5,000 is the patient's out-of-pocket maximum. This means once the patient has paid $5,000 out of pocket during their benefit year, they no longer have to pay another dime. So let's say they've met their $5,000 out-of-pocket max, they go to see their doctor, they normally pay a $10 copay. In this scenario, they would pay nothing. The allowed amount is going to get covered 100% by the insurance because their out-of-pocket maximum has been reached. Okay, so let's go over some examples. I have 5 examples for you today. Example number 1. The billed amount is $300. We submitted a claim to the insurance company for $300. The allowed amount is the contracted rate that the provider has agreed to accept. So the allowed amount is $156. And the adjustment is going to be $144. So the way that you calculate adjustment, you take the billed amount and you subtract the allowed amount, and that gives you the adjustment. So 300 minus 156 equals 144. Okay, so this patient has a $40 copay. So their responsibility is going to be $40, and the insurance reimbursement amount is going to be $116. So we take the allowed amount and we subtract patient responsibility, and that gives us the insurance reimbursement. So 156 minus 40 equals $116. Okay, example number 2, the billed amount is $900. The in-network allowed amount is $760. So we do 900 minus 760, and that equals an adjustment of $140. That's what we're writing off. We've agreed to write that off when the provider's in network. So the patient has a 70-30 coinsurance. This means the patient is responsible for 30%, the insurance is responsible for 70%. So we take the allowed amount of $760 and multiply by 30%, and that equals $228. That's what the patient is responsible for paying. Then we take the allowed amount, $760, and multiply it by 70%, which equals $532, and that is the amount of insurance reimbursement. Example number 3, the billed amount is $590. The in-network allowed amount is $330. So $590 minus $330 equals an adjustment of $260. This patient has an annual deductible of $1,500, and none of it has been met. So the allowed amount is $330, which is less than their deductible. That is going to get applied towards their deductible, and that is patient responsibility, $330. The insurance reimbursement is going to be $0 because deductible has not been met. The entire allowed amount has been applied towards patient responsibility, their deductible. Okay, in this example, the billed amount is $10,400. The allowed amount is $8,605. So to calculate the adjustment, we do $10,400 minus $8,605, and that equals $1,795. That's the amount we're writing off. And then the out-of-pocket maximum has been met for this patient. So the deductible, coinsurance, and copay, if they have any of those responsibilities, does not apply in this particular example, again, because their out-of-pocket maximum has been met. So they pay $0 for the remainder of their benefit year. And the insurance company is going to cover the allowed amount 100%. So insurance reimbursement is going to be $8,605. And in our last example, you'll actually see this in my Instagram post from August 13th. I did receive several requests to break this amount down. So the billed amount is $11,000. The allowed amount is $8,422. So the adjustment is $11,000 minus $8,422, which equals $2,578. The patient has a remaining unmet deductible of $2,032. And they also have a coinsurance, a 60/40 coinsurance. So what this means is we're going to take the allowed amount and we're going to subtract that deductible. So 8,422 minus 2,032 equals 6,390. So we're going to take the 6,390 and multiply by 40%, which is the patient's coinsurance. That equals 2,556. And then we have to add their remaining unmet deductible of 2,032. And it brings their out-of-pocket responsibility to $4,588. The insurance reimbursement is going to be 6,390 times 60%, 3,834. So again, we're not multiplying the allowed amount, 8,422, by 40% and by 60% because we have to deduct their unmet deductible. Okay, so that's how we got the 6,390. If any of this is still unclear to you, or if you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I will respond to you directly. Also, feel free to reach out to me via email at askthebiller@gmail.com. I offer an online 6-week training via Zoom, and we meet every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I teach the entire revenue cycle from registration all the way to collection. So if that's something you're interested in, learning medical billing, or you're looking for a refresher course, maybe you did medical billing several years ago and you want to get back into it, definitely join us in the billing coaching group where we meet every Wednesday. Every class is recorded, so you don't miss anything if you're unable to attend live. You do have unlimited access to the replay. So don't forget to give this video a like if you found it helpful, and leave me a comment below.